Good morning, you guys. Okay, it's a little early to be putting a camera in my face, but I just wanted to share with you a day of my eats. I'm doing a bone broth cleanse with Osso Good Bones, and it's a 7-day cleanse where I basically have 2 packs of bone broth a day, it's so good. That's like the easy part of the cleanse. And then I eat Whole30/paleo, so no gluten, no dairy, no added sugar, no alcohol. I can still eat, but I just have to eat, with those guidelines. And I'm still having coffee because I can't not have coffee. So I'll be just walking you guys through. This is day 5 for me. And I've been learning a lot about my eating habits so far. I don't really have any food intolerances, and I don't usually eat a ton of gluten and dairy, but I do have things like Greek yogurt, or, I'll have dessert here and there. And by here and there, I mean every day. So it's been challenging, but pretty eye-opening. I'm actually not gonna have bone broth this morning. I'm going to Pilates, and I need to have something a bit more substantial. I've been finding myself super hungry if I only have bone broth in the morning. So I think maybe my body needs food, and then I'll do the bone broth after my workout. So I'll check in with you guys a little bit later, and stay tuned for more. Okay, hi. We are back in the kitchen. I'm gonna be making one of these Mikey's paleo English muffins. You guys, these were so expensive. It was I think it was $7 or $8 for 4 English muffins, and they're so tiny. They're really tiny. But I'm trying to follow this paleo diet, and they're pretty good, so it's fine. Got back from Pilates, and I'm heating up some bone broth. Basically, I just want to give you the lowdown on bone broth if you've never heard of it. It's not like soup broth. It's not the same as the broth that we think to buy from Trader Joe's or the grocery store. Bone broth is super nutritious. It's not super high in calories. It's actually really low in calories, all things considered, but it's gluten-free, paleo, Whole30 approved. I'm having the Osso Good Bones bone broth. There are a few other really good companies out there. This one is my favorite. 120 calories, and it has 18 grams of protein in this little thing. 0 grams of fat. It's really great for your gut health. If you have any digestive issues, if you have leaky gut, it means the lining in your gut, it has a hole in it essentially, and bone broth can help heal the lining of your gut. I learned at an event last week actually that your skin problems, even hormonal health, things like stress, that can all be related to gut health, which is so crazy to me. But when they talk about the mind-body connection, that really is, stemming from your gut. So I wanted to do this cleanse just because I've been having some trouble with my skin lately and my hormones. I can tell that those two are linked, but I don't know. I just wanted to see if this would help my gut. And so far, I feel really good. I don't think my skin is looking particularly better or anything like that, but I do really love what this cleanse is teaching me about my eating habits. Things like I mindless snack a lot, and my snacks are not necessarily good for me. On this cleanse, I could totally be snacking on things like carrots, celery, almonds, or other, cashews, walnuts. But instead, the snacks that I'm usually snacking on are energy bars that have sugar in them, and I'm not supposed to have added sugar. It's just been really interesting. I think if you are having any kind of issue at all, honestly, where you feel like maybe something's not right, trying bone broth could be a really great option. And the other thing is it's so nice because you can put it in a mug like coffee, but it's really nutritious. This has been sort of my little warm snack. So I'll just hold the mug and I'll sip on it. So anyway, that's the scoop. I'm gonna go sit down, drink my bone broth, and get a bunch of work done, and yeah. I have made an actual mess in the kitchen. I had to take a photo for a giveaway that I'm doing with a water bottle company. So I wanted to make a loaded sweet potato with yogurt and nut butter and banana. So I will go ahead and show you that now. Well, I roasted this sweet potato, and then I added, this is my new favorite plant-based yogurt, the Lava. It is so much better than any other plant-based yogurt I found. I use Suncor Foods cocoa nibs, cocoa nibs, cacao nibs, whatever. And then the Eat Beats beaten cashew butter. It's so good. right, last meal of the day. I've got my turkey bone broth that I'm going to heat up in a sec. I roasted some chickpeas with mustard, olive oil, sriracha, and salt. And then I roasted some cabbage too, just with a little bit of olive oil and salt. I don't like pepper. I know that's really weird. And then I'm going to have a salad. I think I'm going to put the chickpeas on the salad and maybe the extra cabbage and put that on the side of the broth. All right, I'm not going to lie to you. This salad is mediocre at best, but I needed to get some greens in today. I don't think I'd had another vegetable today. So that's okay. That's life, but I'm glad I'm getting some greens in now. And I'm going to watch some Netflix and call it a night. All right, guys, I wanted to pop on here and just give you my honest review of the 7-day bone broth cleanse that I did with Osso Good Bones. It's now a couple days after I ended the cleanse. I ended it on Valentine's Day because I really wanted to be able to enjoy the dinner and dessert that I made for my boyfriend. I don't know if anything different happened with my health during the course of this cleanse, to be perfectly honest. Like I'd mentioned, no food intolerances here. Like dairy and gluten don't really affect me that much. So I think if I learned anything from this cleanse, it's the fact that I need to chill out on dessert. I don't need to eat dessert every day, let alone 3 times a day. I've heard people say that the less you eat it, the less you crave it. Another thing I learned is that I really enjoy eating paleo and sort of this grain-free life. That being said, I don't usually have very much bread aside from when I go out to eat or I'm on vacation. But, even baking and things like that, it was so fun to experiment with new paleo or Whole30 products, whether I felt differently in my body or not. I made these grain-free, almond flour cutout cookies that I'll link the recipe below because they were so good. The third thing I learned was that my snacking habits need to improve. I have always been a big snacker, and I don't actually think there's anything wrong with that, but I need to be eating better snacks that are not just chocolate energy bars or chocolate protein shakes. I need to be stocking up on fruits and veggies and not just waiting till the last minute when I really want something and don't have it. So then I turn to something that's not as good for me. Lesson learned, time to work on getting more greens in, more veggies and fruits, whole real foods. That's what I need to work on. There was a component where you weren't supposed to have alcohol. I did slip up. I totally slipped up. I slipped up on everything. I'm just going to be honest with you. It was really hard. So I slipped up for sure, but I did have alcohol. I went to a friend's birthday and just had 1 glass of Prosecco. I don't really drink very much anyway, but I'll have a glass of wine or something. I'm actually going wine tasting tomorrow and wine tasting next weekend, actually. So everything in moderation is really my rule for myself. I don't like to follow rules. The thing that was really hard about this cleanse was the fact that there were rules. It was because I wasn't allowed to have certain things, I wanted them even more. If you feel anything in your body is a little bit off, definitely try bone broth. It's so good for you and it's so delicious. Honestly, I'm now in love with bone broth. I need to go stock up again. If you work in an office, it might even be nice to have as a little afternoon snack. I don't know about you, but I always get hungry in the afternoon again. There's no way I can eat lunch at noon and wait until 7 p.m. without eating something. So having bone broth could be a really great option. It's so high in protein and so many other nutritional benefits are inside that little mug that you have of bone broth. So I would recommend it if you've never tried it. Osso Good Bones is awesome. I'm sure they ship all over. There's a cafe here in Los Angeles, so that's where I went to get it. You can use it in recipes too. I actually didn't try that just because I wanted to eat it plain, but you could totally put it in recipes. They make bone broth waffles at the cafe in Los Angeles, and they're so good. They are so So good. Best waffles I've ever had. Maybe next time I'll try experimenting a little bit more. You can make noodle soups, although not with real noodles, probably like bonza pasta, which is chickpea pasta. But yeah, anyway, I think you should totally try this cleanse if you want to revamp your eating habits a little bit, or even see if it helps skin issues or hormones, whatever. Just see if it works for you, because it really might. The thing I love most about this cleanse is that you could eat on it. I would never do a cleanse that was like 5 juices a day, no food. I mean, there's no way that would work for me. I would feel exhausted probably. So anyway, you can eat on this, and you can eat pretty well. Like, you can eat almost all the normal things that you usually eat, aside from grains, sugar, and alcohol, and yeah. So anyway, let me know in the comments if you guys have ever done a cleanse before, if you've ever had bone broth before. I would love to hear, because, you know, I had bone broth maybe once and definitely hadn't done a cleanse before. So let me know. Be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have more videos coming for you guys soon. I hope you have a